Hey guys, how's it going there? Your old pal Jim, Super Picker Flippin' Duo. Just want to do a quick video to go over some changes that are going on at FedEx that are concerning to me. And I haven't seen anybody talk about them yet. Not that I'm scouring YouTube or anything like that, but just something that caught my attention that may be of concern to some of you out there, particularly if you're shipping bigger items. So let's take a look at what's going on here.
Come on, really?
What?
All right, so before we delve into what the actual changes are, I'm going to go into how you can find those changes. So what we're going to do is from our seller hub page, we're going to go from the overview, just scroll down to selling announcements, and then it's right here, just the December 29th announcement for shipping carrier rate changes. Going to go into that, and right, we're going to go down to FedEx, right? USPS, we know they're raising their rates. They always do. You could see the average rate increases. No real shocking news here. The only difference is there's no lag between the holiday rate going away and the new rate kicking in. So it's just the holiday rate's going away, the new rate starting right away. That's the big shock there. Not really a big deal, right? We're gonna go to FedEx though. FedEx is doing things a little bit differently. There's an additional handling surcharge for dimension. So there's going to be an oversized surcharge. Then they're going to a cubic volume maximum for ground. So that's big, but your package has to be pretty big, and I don't mean that in a dirty way. I mean that, like, your item has to be very large shipped. So let's go into how FedEx will calculate these charges. Clicking on this will bring you to a new page, and it'll bring you right to the page that you need. And I've got this screenshotted with some areas that I want to go over that pertain to me that might pertain to you as well. But let's go over just some of the things here on the live PDF. Breaks down the services that this applies to. So first overnight, priority overnight, standard overnight, second day, AM, second day, express saver, ground, and home delivery. It does not mention FedEx ground economy, but that doesn't mean it does not apply yet. That's kind of an ambiguous thing. Are they considering ground economy part of the ground service? Or is that a completely different service? Is that a commercial only? So I don't know. So we're going to move forward and plan as if ground economy is part of these changes. So we're going to look at, first let's look at the dimensions, right? Anything that ships ground, let me make this a little bit bigger here. Okay. Anything that ships ground that measures greater than 48 inches along its longest side, or 30 inches along its second longest side, or measures 105 inches in length and girth, and it shows you how to get there, or measures 10,368 inches in cubic volume, shows you how to get there. That's a lot of different ors, but that's, 4 feet, or what's that, 2.5 feet, or 105 inches in length and girth. That's a big box, right? Basically, they're saying if it can fit on a pallet, we're going to charge you, and then if you follow my mouse here, the dimensional surcharges are here, and it increases by zone. So it starts at $29.50 per package and then goes up to $40.75 per package. So, and that rating is based on the greater of the package's actual rounded weight or dimensional weight, subject to a 40-pound minimum billable weight. So it's got to be at least 40 pounds, right? So, but you're looking at, $30 additional for sending something large. This is, really big, right? So, okay, so we get that. The weight is maybe applicable to some. Doesn't have anything to do with dimension, right? If it's more than 50 pounds and it's shipping in the US, it's going to be subject to the weight surcharge. And that goes from $46 per package up to $58.75 per package. That's big. That's almost $1 a pound if it's shipping close extra for shipping more than 50 pounds. Okay, so if you're shipping a really heavy item, you're going to pay more. If you're shipping a heavy item and you're shipping it economy, it's probably going to be expensive anyway because it's not the best way to ship heavy, right? So, you're probably going to go FedEx ground if you're using FedEx or home delivery, and that's where this stuff kicks in. So, that's that's what to look out for there. And I don't know if the eBay shipping page is going to calculate all these surcharges in, or if those surcharges will be added post delivery. We'll just have to wait and see, right? We're not sure how that's going to pan out, but this is just something to look out for after next week, really. This starts effective January 5th, so Monday. Now, for the packaging, this is where I really am concerned because there's a lot of changes here, and I'm going to go to my screenshot. And for packaging, okay, so they're going to surcharge you if it's not fully encased in a shipping container, okay? If it's not fully boxed, they're going to surcharge you, okay? If it's encased in an outer shipping container not made of corrugated fiberboard, which is cardboard materials, including but not limited to metal, wood, canvas, leather, hard plastic, soft plastic like plastic bags, or extended polyester foam, styrofoam. So if it's not a box, if it's something other than a box, they're going to surcharge you. It's encased in an outer shipping container covered in shrink wrap or stretch wrap. They're going to surcharge you. So if you just wrap it in shrink wrap. If it's encased in a soft-sided pack, such as courier packs, poly bags, huge for me. I ship 99% of my stuff in poly bags, right? And bubble mailers. That exceeds 18 inches on its longest side, or 13 inches on its second longest side, or 5 inches in height. So it's got to meet one of those standards. And then it's subject to this packing surcharge, $26.50 up to $33.75. So, if I ship a board game that's more than 18 inches long, I'm going to pay an extra $26.50 per package to ship it for FedEx, is the way that I'm reading this, right? So, that sucks. Number 9 doesn't apply to me so much, but may apply to some of you. If it's round or cylindrical, including, without limitation, mailing tubes, cans, buckets, barrels, tires, drums, or pails. Mailing tubes is the big thing. So does that mean if you're shipping a poster, a big sticker, a decal, and you wrap it up, like I use my bubble wrap cardboard center to ship that kind of stuff? Is that now, that's a cylinder? Am I subject, if I ship it FedEx ground, am I going to pay an extra $26.50 to ship a 2-pound item? Like, that's something I have to consider now. And now, like, until I know for sure, is eBay gonna calculate that pre or post shipment? That's in the back of my head, right? So, number 10 I skipped because it doesn't really apply to me. I don't think it applies to most of us. Bound with metal, plastic, cloth banding, has wheels, casters, handles. We're not really shipping that kind of stuff on eBay, at least not that I know of. I mean, if you're shipping like big, rolling things, then you're going to be subject to dimensional issues anyway. Number 11 is another thing. If it could become entangled or cause damage with other packages or the FedEx sortation system. That means if it has a loose edge, like on a poly bag, if you just ship it in a poly bag and you don't tape down your edges and it gets caught up in a FedEx machine, not it does get caught up, it could get caught up, then they're going to charge you this fee. That's a big word, that could, and number 11 holds a lot of weight, right? And it could cost you a lot of money, because it's not if it does become entangled, it's if it could become entangled, right? It's not if you cause damage, it's if it could cause damage. Then you're looking at $26.50 extra to $33.75 extra per package that you ship. So that's what's going on. That's what I'm seeing that really jumped out at me as like, whoa, that's a big change. And those numbers, dimensional, weight, or packaging issues, like those extra surcharges, those are big time numbers, especially with poly bags, 18 inches long. That doesn't take much to get there on a poly bagged item, or 13 inches on its second longest side, or 5 inches high. That does not take long. Like an 18-13-5 box is not that big when you're shipping a board game. That's like to give an example of a game, that would be like Mindflex. That's not a huge box. It's a good size box, but I wouldn't call that a non-standard box, right? So, but they're considering it non-standard just because it's in a poly bag. Now, if I take that game and I throw it in a cardboard box, it's fine, right? But because it's in a poly bag, it's not fine. So, we'll either have to start shipping bigger stuff in boxes or using USPS Ground Advantage or something like that. But all of this comes with the caveat of we don't know how eBay is going to calculate this during the shipping process. If I put in a dimension that's over 18 inches, is it going to calculate the surcharge? I don't know how it can, unless it's then going to ask us, are you shipping this in a poly bag or in a box? Right? Because how do they know? They don't know. So it's all very confusing, I think. And it may require a call to FedEx for clarification, because as an eBay seller, we're all part of a very big commercial network for the big three: UPS, FedEx, and USPS. So we're held to different rules. We're not retail consumers. We are commercial customers. So does this even apply to us. I don't know. It doesn't say anything about commercial versus retail here. So I'm just, eBay is letting their sellers know. So I feel like, for those of us that just read the eBay stuff or don't read at all, this is important to know. To just know that it's out there and be aware of. Because if you send something that's 3 pounds but it's 19 inches long, and then after it delivers you get a charge on your eBay account for $30.75, maybe you've shipped 8 different board games that day. That's big time money, big time money. So that eats up your entire sale plus. So you're losing money. So definitely keep this in mind starting Monday, and good luck out there. This is a big deal that yeah, not many sellers are or not many many YouTubers that I've seen have expressed any kind of concern over. So I don't know. So just, yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I'll let you know if I find anything else out. But this is what I'm seeing. So hopefully I helped someone out here with this. So like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horseshit. We will catch you next time.